name is Vivian Cao, and welcome to the first official episode of Dear Dharmadev, a series dedicated to youth who may be struggling to answer questions on life or Buddhism, deal with parents, and things of the like. I'm honored to have Master Hannah Trang to answer questions that I personally have, and I honestly wholeheartedly invite you to post your questions and comments at the end of the show if you guys have any, and possibly one day we can discuss it in one of our series. So today's topic is something that's relatively simple, but it's not so simple. Basically, what was the Buddha trying to teach, and how is it that it should be important to us?
Thank you for inviting me here. The Buddha has been teaching many things, but what is most applicable, what is really important to the people nowadays is a whole different point of view. Meaning, some people will see, well, being vegetarian is important. The other people will see to be non-violence is very important. To many people, maybe just sit in meditation is important. So there's different ways of we can approach to the kind of teaching. And the Buddha's teaching is very large, vast. There's so many things he has taught in 49 years. And so we cannot just in one or two shows that we can tell you everything. But basically, from my belief, I learned Buddhism, and I think the most practical thing that I love the most and I practice and follow is how to be compassionate. Because compassion is not something that I can do by myself. I have to be in the world of people, and so I have to interact with people. And because interaction is something real, it's a relationship between human and human, and therefore compassion is always one of the ways that we truly embrace others, and it makes the relationship become meaningful. And therefore, I would say, what is most important in the Buddha's teaching? What is the Buddhism is about? In my view, it could be about compassion, how to have a kind heart, how to really love without possessive, how to be humane, care for others, and a lot of things that I feel that maybe violence or perhaps fightings, perhaps any kind of problems nowadays in human relationships comes because we wouldn't know how to generate love, how to be compassionate inside, and how to have that kindness or that compassion emanate from our heart, how to reach deep down into our heart here and express it to others. So that's the teaching. So basically, Buddha could have many very rich teaching from meditation, from being a human person, to the teaching of how we can reach enlightenment, or the teaching how we eliminate suffering. So there's many teachings. Yeah.
So with that said, how is it that we should, embrace the Buddhism and bring that into our life? Like by loving others, loving animals,
Loving, yeah. But how do we love animals?
Yeah.
How do we love human beings? How do we love? So the Buddha mostly say that there is a kind of love that we call non-possessive, meaning we just simply emanate our emotion. We empathize others, but at the same time we send love from us to others. We don't want to abuse others' love. We want the relationship to be very clean and very clear. At the same time, we care for others, but not try to possess, not try to overduly impress or impose. But we simply give others room to breathe. And so it's a very mature way of loving. And that probably the crux of Buddhism is how to become more and more mature. So we sort of put ourselves in others' shoes, and at the same time we embrace others without possessing others. Yeah.
That seems like a learning process.
A learning process.
So how do we learn it? How do we practice that?
The very first thing we do is first learn to love ourselves first, how to respect ourselves. And so how to respect ourselves and love ourselves, the first thing to do, the easiest thing is learn how to speak with respect, how to address with people, and how to articulate, how to say anything with respect. So we always say kind words, meaning speak and listen to what we say. Because by listening to what we say, we know and we will formulate our mind according to what we say. Then we need to sort of understand the language we speak, because the language sometimes become very hurtful, or sometimes the language and the tone would become very detrimental to others. But the first thing is learn how to be respectful, how to listen to ourselves by listening to our words. Listen to our words first, because that's the easiest thing. But if we say, okay, listen to your mind, but maybe that's a little difficult, because if we don't hear ourselves, it's more difficult to retrospect, to look into ourselves, right? So the first thing to do is listen to ourselves, listen to our words we speak. And sometime, maybe in the evening before we go to sleep, maybe we should take a few minutes and sort of reflect and go over what we have done during the day, mostly listen to what we have said. Then, as we do it for a while, then we have a knack of doing it, and maybe we're going to speak. We have to learn how to tone the voice and learn how to listen to what we say. So if we feel very comfortable with the tone of voice, with the content we say, we feel very happy when we listen to ourselves. That is what we call loving ourselves. Okay? Now, after we do that long enough, then we start to see the response of people. If we raise our voice and we start to see, there's something wrong with that. Yeah, something going on. So we need to sort of always go back and forth and sort of reflecting ourselves, and then sometimes we invite people to give us critiques or to give us advice. So we learn how to listen, not only to ourselves, to our words, but then listen to what people say about us. And when we do that, we actually become more open. And the openness is the ground for compassion, the ground for love. Now, if we are in the what we call the very possessive love, or we are in a very dependable love. We're not interdependent, but very depending. Now, what happened is we slowly we don't have any respect for others. We don't know how we say things. We don't know the tone of voice anymore, and we very easily get to very abusive. But if we listen to ourselves,